Hello, hello. We're back. We're back. Yes, been on a kind of 2 week hiatus with everything in our lives, well, my life, and so I can't speak for JJ, so I'm not going to. But I've been away a wee bit, and we're back. We're back with a new talk from the other side of the world. I'm P.G.M. here in New Zealand. Sorry, that, God, what am I saying? He over there, went
You
wrong way,
changed
that
my
one,
pronouns.
JJ.
Hi guys, how you doing?
Hey,
Sorry,
JJ.
I'm a little tired. I actually fell asleep
So,
before, so
so,
it's 1:37 in the morning for me, guys. So
oh, okay, right.
and I want to say hello to Gerard Kane. Thanks for stopping
Hey,
by.
Gerard, how are you, mate? Thanks for joining us. Um, well, it has been a tumultuous week in film. I really don't have anything anything to actually talk
Let me
about.
see.
To be quite honest with you.
Well, I mean,
Uh,
I don't have much to talk about either. But right now, the only thing I've been really focusing on when it comes to either TV shows or or animated series or movies is X-Men 97, which continues off from the original X-Men series in the 90s. And so far, I haven't seen this week's episode, but I can just say that so far, the way they've been going, PG and chat, is that it's been phenomenal.
hmm,
It's been like the original uh, animated series with the way their storytelling's going. Some episodes are going a little fast here and there, but it's not too bad. That's what the series did before. Animation is a little bit different. It's a little bit off, but it's okay. It's still good. Um, from what I know, that they're in productions with season two, which is great, and then they're already green light for a renewal of season three of X-Men 97. So it's like, wow, they're moving forward pretty fast, which sometimes could be a good thing, but I don't see it as a bad thing. So um, keep it going with X-Men 97. That's all I can say.
yeah, I guess. Oh, okay, mate. William. Hey,
Hi, William. How you doing, William?
yeah.
Talk nerdy to me. Oh yeah, I will. How you
Name I
doing,
don't
buddy?
recognise, but all as welcome. All are welcome here. 97. Yeah, I mean, I haven't said I kind of unsubscribed to Disney Plus a while back because I couldn't afford it for one, and then I think my decision was that I didn't really want to watch anything about Star Wars or anything like that. So, um, I mean, to actually be quite honest, I will bring up Miss Daisy Ridley. She's in two films at the moment which are not Disney related, and she's really doing well in the indie film acting business at the moment, which is really good. She's got another one coming out. I think one's on Stream at the moment. And the second one is that she's in. It's based on a true story of a woman. And it's a period piece and a woman who swims the English Channel. It looks really good. So, um,
Interesting.
but she's been doing really well. And I thought to myself, yeah, you're acting really well on these Daisy Ridley, and why on earth have you chose to go back to being Ray? I do not know. But anyway,
Maybe she's choosing it because it was pretty much almost like her first biggest. This is the role that actually got her well known. So maybe that's something that she holds in her heart and says, "Yeah, I'm willing to come back to it, even though people are very cruel to me in a certain way that they don't like Ray or that they don't like that I said that I'm a Skywalker." I mean, it could be many things, but I still think that Ray is in her heart to still say, "Yeah, I want to come back." You know.
And of course, the to be quite to be nasty here, saying that the paycheck might be really good. But
Well, it's all about the pay. I mean, you're not gonna want to do something and then I get paid for it. I mean, I get that. I mean, if it's your work, it's your work. You're gonna want to get your money's worth. But I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, now that you mentioned Star Wars, I think Bad Batch is gonna come to an end. I haven't seen anything with Bad Batch, and then the Acolyte's coming out pretty soon, and I'm hearing like people are really really trashing it. It hasn't even been out,
mm,
and that nobody's really liking the Acolyte. And I'm like, well, shoot. I remember when everybody's like, can't wait for the Acolyte, can't wait for the Acolyte. Now it's like, I don't know about this Acolyte.
yeah,
I'm like,
I think they've actually um, watched the interviews with the showrunner. I think that's probably why. Um, her addressing the acolyte and how it's going to be. She seems a wee bit fake in her words. Uh,
well, maybe she's just trying to pull a stunt to where she doesn't want to say much about the Acolyte, and maybe we're gonna end up liking it. I mean, I don't know. Um,
yeah.
I think it just depends on everybody. I mean, I like the other movies. I mean, the other TV shows. I mean, I really liked the Ahsoka. I liked Obi-Wan series. You know, even at that matter, a lot of people didn't like Book of Boba Fett, and I still liked it. But it's just because I don't take it to heart, saying that's not my Star Wars, that's not my Boba Fett. I just see it as we got more Star Wars, and I mean that again. Anybody can disagree with what I'm saying, but that's my opinion. I mean, you want to complain about it? Cool. It ain't gonna do nothing to me, or it ain't gonna hurt Disney in the other way, I guess. And it's just hurting people themselves. But I always want to see it as a positive thing to saying we got more Star Wars. Anybody has the right to say, you know what? I didn't like these TV shows. I'm gonna unsubscribe. You know, I'm not gonna watch. Hey,
Mm,
go for it.
mm. Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna give Acolyte a chance. I'm not gonna dog it. I'm not gonna dog it at all.
Um, leave it to me to dog it. And so anyway,
Yeah, you can go ahead and dog it all you like. I mean, I don't mind. But again, we haven't seen it,
no,
so
yeah.
I'm not gonna dog it yet. I mean,
Mm.
I don't see why people are dogging things when they haven't even seen it yet. But it is what it is. I mean, there's other shows to watch as well. Actually, there's a new show that came out on Amazon Prime that's based on a video game, and that's Fallout. I kind of
Oh
want to see
yes,
that one. They're saying it's pretty good, so I want to see that one.
it's got one of my favorite actors, Walton Goggins, in it, which is really
Hmm.
good. So I'm quite looking forward to that as well. Fallout.
Even the Marshall's coming out, isn't he? the
Uh,
the Marshall from Freetown,
okay. Um, I've,
from Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett. The Marshall, he's
I've
supposed
never
to.
played it. I've never played the game, JJ. But so
No, 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 no. I'm talking about Star Wars. The guy that plays the Marshall in Star Wars, I think, is coming out in Fallout.
you mean Timothy Oldenblatt?
Yeah,
Wicked,
I
awesome.
think
That's cool.
I think he's coming out.
All right. Um, awesome. That's great. It looks good. It looks really, really good. Um, uh, like you said, I haven't played the game. It looks like it's doing the series will do it justice. It's a prime limit. It's a prime original, so it's
Hmm.
pretty good. Um, they do pretty well, prime originals.
Yeah, I've not heard of anybody not disliking any of them.
Um,
I mean, they got a lot. I mean, I think the one of my favorites was the Man in the High Castle or something like that.
oh, yeah, yeah. I haven't actually seen that.
Really
That's
good. Jack
Uh,
Reacher is really good.
I've seen
Um,
the first series of that. I need to see the
or
second.
Reacher. I'm sorry,
So,
Reacher.
so
Or Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan, yep.
One's pretty good. Of course, we have the boys.
Oh, brilliant.
Um, the Invincible animated series that's really good.
That's great. I love that. I
Um,
love it as well.
what else? I know there's other ones that are prime, and I mean, I
I
don't know. I
mean,
mean, there's a lot that are very cool.
it just looks like I think it looks like again I've seen Fallout. I haven't played Fallout, but hopefully they're actually doing um, let's take as much as we can and put it into live action TV series and not embellish and not change it up too much. Kind of like
Well,
what they did with Last of Us. Not they didn't embellish much, but what they embellished was it worked as
yeah,
so
yeah.
yeah.
Um,
Why
I
was I
mean,
doing
it's.
that?
I mean, we got 5 people in the chat. Hi guys, how you guys doing? We're
Hey
just talking
guys.
about different shows. I think the I've never played Fallout before, but I think Fallout's kind of like your first person shooter, I believe. I'm not too sure. But it'd be hard to actually not like even if you don't follow the game. Of course, you want to have the characters in there to look exactly like the characters in the game, but I don't know
Yeah.
if there's like some kind of storyline to it. I mean, in the game, like Last of Us was a storyline, you know.
Mm.
Um, Jared Kane, how you doing, buddy?
Mm.
Um, he's got the child with him, so it's gonna be a very different TV show from Last of Us.
Oh yeah,
So
by
we'll
far
see how
because
that
yes.
goes.
Um, uh,
But I'm gonna give it a shot and check it out and see how that goes. Um, let's see what else. I haven't gone to the movies. I do want to see Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire. See how that goes. There is actually a movie that came out called the Long Game. It's actually about it's a golfing game. The
oh yeah.
interesting the interesting story about that is about it's a story about these Hispanic kids that play golf, and this was back in the 60s, and it actually that is based on a true story here in my hometown. So that's an interesting to me. That is an interesting story that I want to see how it goes. And I know it has Dennis Quaid in it. It has the guy that's playing that comes out in Magnum PI. I forgot his name, Jay something. I forgot his name. I know he came out in like the Hostel movies, so he's part of that. So it's a very interesting movie that came out that's coming out this weekend that I want to see. There's another movie that is coming out that has come out here, and it's called Civil War. It's actually based on modern times, like if what happens if America actually had a civil war now. So it's that's an interesting movie because that they're making that look scary, like if that could happen. So
Okay.
um,
Right.
there's a few movies that I want to see. Those are 3 movies that I want to see. I think they're also bringing out I think they have Kung Fu Panda 4 out. I'm not sure, but I know that's going into streaming services as well.
Right. Yeah. So um, I haven't seen much in the way of good films, but if you do want a good recommendation of the film, try Liam Neeson's new one. He is set in Ireland. It's called The Land of Satan's Sinners, which is really good. Small little cast, but really good.
Where can
Well
we
told.
find that?
You can find that at Prime, I think Prime Video, Prime. It's
Okay.
on Prime. Um, Yeah. But it's really good.
Okay.
Uh, but it's good story. Set in a cold Irish little town, and it's got Cole Mini in it as well from various Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. He was in, so he was the chief. If you on that as well, so
Hmm.
really good little story. Uh, I really haven't seen that many new films lately. I've been watching reruns of other films. Just sat
Hmm.
down last night watched Mad Max again because it's on Neon. All three films are on Neon at the moment because Furiosa is geared up to come on big screen, which looks really
Mm.
good. Actually, the trailer looks really good with Anna Taylor Joy. So it's pretty good. So
We'll see.
um,
I'll give Furiosa a shot.
looks
I
good
know
though.
yeah, no,
Really,
it does, but I mean, I wasn't looking forward to a Mad Max spin-off. I was looking forward to another Mad Max movie because I did like what was it, Fury Road or whatever it was,
oh, yeah,
the
with
last one with
Tom Hanks.
Tom. Yeah, I really liked that one, even though it wasn't Mel Gibson, but I mean the way he acted, he almost acted like if he was Mel Gibson type. So it was a really good story for not having a Mad Max movie in a long, long time after Into the Thunderdome.
Yeah, brilliant. Loved it. Loved that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. All of them were great. All of them were great.
Yeah. But some really good films that I really want to watch that I have to sit down and watch. But I've been stuck in this rerun kind of deal at the moment. Uh, um,
It
yeah.
happens. It happens. I mean,
Uh,
let me see.
yeah.
What did I?
Um,
Well, the last thing I saw wasn't a movie. It was a documentary. It's on Max. It was called Quiet on Set. It was actually based on the kids in Nickelode that were doing shows in Nickelodeon back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and the abuse they got hit with and all that, and it was like pretty sad. I was like, wow, I never. I mean, I wasn't watching really Nickelodeon as much anymore around that time because I was already a teenager. I was about 16, 17 years old, but
mm,
I knew some of the actors that came out of Nickelodeon. Well, not knew, like I don't personally know them, but like knew who they were. And to hear the stories that I went through, I was like, man. And I used to watch, like I said, I used to watch some of the shows, and I'm like, man, they would treat them like that. What the heck? It's kind of sad. So,
mm.
Quiet on Set. That's the name of it.
I
And
thought.
then
I
the
think
last movie, huh?
when did we get Nickelodeon here? I don't think we got Nickelodeon here, but it wasn't until God, was it until the end of the 90s, the noughties we got it? But I don't know, maybe we because when we had Saved by the Bell and we had other Nickelodeon shows, but I wasn't a really big Nickelodeon fan, really.
Actually, Saved by the Bell wasn't even a Nickelodeon thing at the
Oh, wasn't
time.
it? Oh, something else. But
Mm-mm.
we
Saved by
got
the Bell was,
Nickelodeon.
I think, came out on Fox or NBC, one of the two.
We
Uh,
did have Nickelodeon shows here. I think it was I've forgotten what they called, but yeah, yeah.
like Drake and Josh. That was one of the
That's the one.
ones that I.
That's the one.
Well,
Drake.
Drake was one that really got scarred pretty bad. He was sexually abused. Actually, poor guy. I mean, Drake and Josh was one of the ones I did kind of watch. That I was already older, but it was pretty cool. I like the way those two gentlemen actually played, and it's amazing seeing Josh actually start coming out in other movies. He came out like in uh, Red Dawn wasn't that great, but I did like his small character in Oppenheimer. He did really good on that. but it's just pretty sad what they went through, and well, I mean, just makes you think about. Hopefully, everything's all right with kids whenever you watch a show. So, and then
Times change, though, don't they? Really,
uh
sometimes. You
well,
know,
hopefully it's changing for the good. Sometimes it
yeah.
doesn't look like it, but we'll see. We'll see. What else did we find out? Well, I mean, there is memes going on with O.J. Simpson. I don't know if you knew who
No,
O.J.
yes,
Simpson was.
the death
He
of
passed
OJ.
away, unfortunately. Poor guy, but I mean, a lot of people don't care for him because of what he did, and I understand.
Well, I
Um,
understand it too. So I mean, he did.
I mean, it was scum of him to do that. But I'm not one to defend somebody like that, but I'm not one to talk about somebody like that after passing. I mean, you know, it's just not good for me or not good for anything. I mean, it's just a waste of talking some bad about somebody. But I'll tell you one thing that I don't know how true this is, but it's like a conspiracy thing going around with this. Of course, that O.J. Simpson thing happened back in the '90s in '94, where he ended up, you know, slaying his ex-wife and the ex-wife's friend.
Mm,
And according to the story, the conspiracy story, which I'm saying it's a conspiracy, I'm not saying it's real. I don't know if it's real, but it's just things I've heard. Um, there's I don't know if you saw it, PG, but there's a time where they ended up doing the glove check,
all
where
right.
he had to put the
Yes.
gloves in trial,
Yes.
and it looked like
Uh,
the gloves didn't fit him, and he's like, no, they don't
if,
fit. They look
if you don't
small.
fit, if you don't fit, we must not acquit. We must acquit. Something like that. So
Something like
that's the
that,
line.
yeah.
That's the line.
So
That's it. So,
the I'm gonna call it a myth now because he's already passed, but the myth or the conspiracy is that the reason he ends up doing all this stuff, like trying to escape from the cops, what is it called, not a hit and run, but just a runoff,
oh
the
yeah,
running from the
yeah.
cops kind of deal, is because supposedly that his son is the one that ended up doing all the bad deed, and for his son not to get in trouble, he covered it up to make it seem like he's the one that did it, but then was found not guilty for it. How true that is, I don't know. People like making up stories like this, which makes it kind of weird, but you know, um, if it is, it's he saved his son really good. If it isn't, well, he was not guilty for it, so
Well, the thing is that O.J. Simpson got arrested for something else other than the two murders. So
he got
uh,
arrested for trying to steal his own memorabilia in Las Vegas.
uh, tax evasion as well, wasn't it? As well.
Mm-hmm.
So um, so he done
It just
time, but it wasn't from
you
those
know,
two things.
it's sad to hear about him doing all these things because I didn't remember. I didn't know O.J. Simpson, the football player. I knew O.J. Simpson as the actor playing the
Uh,
cop on Naked Gun,
same.
and he was funny in Naked Gun, and it's just
Mm,
like, oh man,
mm.
like to hear what happened, it's pretty sad, and it's sad that you know those two other people didn't have a choice of what happened to them. So
Yeah, it wasn't. I think it wasn't her friend. It was a man who was delivering something to her, right?
hmm
And he was at the wrong place at the wrong time. And he got
yeah,
brutally murdered. He got brutally murdered as well. Which,
hmm Ron
I can't,
Goldman.
yeah, Ron Goldman. Yeah, it's the one. He was delivering something to her. I think so. Um, yeah. So
Oh,
poor guy.
what other
Uh,
news went on with culture?
uh,
Um,
yeah. Um,
I haven't heard much going on. I know that they delayed and I saw this thanks to T3, he put it on Instagram, but they delayed The Crow in July to March or to August now. So they moved it back. We'll see how Joker Crow goes. I'm not gonna bash it yet. I'm
I
not
love
fond of it. I'm
I love the trailer. I love the trailer. I got to admit.
okay. Well, I love the things that he did in the trailer, like using like stabbing himself with the sword and shooting himself to kill the other person. Those were like wow. Okay, the way they made him, not a big fan of. I'm hoping it's really good that it's almost compared to the Brandon Lee one, even though the Brandon Lee one's always going to be up there to me.
Oh, you're talking about
I've
the
seen,
Crow. You're talking about the
huh?
Crow. Sorry.
Yes.
Crossed my movies and yeah
What movie
to
were you thinking of?
I didn't hear you, JJ. I was went deaf. I got selective hearing sometimes, JJ. I thought you were talking about Joker too, but anyway,
Oh,
go
Joker 2.
go on for Crow.
No, that's why I said the Joker Crow. Uh,
Right.
uh, I guess since I saw now going to the Joker, Follow Dukes or whatever it is going to be called. Um, I'm not. I don't like teaser trailers, so I'm not that excited for it yet. But I can honestly say that, truthfully, this is a Joker movie because if you think about it, the first one, he wasn't really Joker. He was just Arthur Fleck. You know, it was
Yeah,
like no Joker until the very end. So then, you know,
the
I think they should have
introduction,
just called it.
the introduction of his maniacal
Yeah,
behavior. Yeah, yeah. So yeah,
but he
yeah.
wasn't really Joker throughout the whole movie. So
No,
it wasn't
it was leading
technically
up. It was leading up to his
technically wasn't called Joker.
it's yeah, like as if before, leading up to his maniacal behavior as to
Yeah,
being the Joker. So, getting we have to have and that was quite good to actually have Fleck, the person, and then
yeah,
have the Joker emerge out of that madness and psychopathicness. Right, that
yeah.
was really good. And now, yeah, you're right. I mean, this is probably more of a Joker and now Harlequin film. So yeah,
Hmm.
yeah. So yeah,
We'll see how it goes. I mean, I enjoyed the first Joker movie. Like I said again, even though it wasn't Joker, it was still good. Very very dark. Very um. I'm not gonna say emotional where it's sad, but emotional to be like, whoa, like this is what some people think or some people's
yeah,
mentalities
yeah,
are. Like, yeah, it's like wow, okay. To now see what's gonna go on with these two together, which I was gonna ask you, are they kind of changing up the Harley Quinn origin a little bit? Is she looking like she's also a patient instead of a doctor?
yeah, yeah. Great thing you bring that up because that's what I was thinking when I was looking at the trailer. Um, I really, I really hope it's in the Joker's psyche and mind, and not changing that up because I think it will be just a mistake if they do change that to be her as a patient. I think that's a huge mistake on Todd Phillips' part if they make her a patient. She was wholeheartedly in the comic books as the Joker's will flex psychiatrist trying to help him,
Well,
right? So
I don't think it would be bad. I mean, I think you're gonna disagree with me this, and it's fine. But I don't think it's bad to change it to this because really, if you think about it, Joker wasn't even his name wasn't Alex Arthur. Was it Alex or Arthur Fleck? Right,
Arthur
Arthur
Fleck, yeah,
Fleck. Okay, it
yeah,
was never that. It was actually Jack Napier. Okay, so they changed the name. They made somebody else being the Joker, which is I didn't see a problem with that. I thought it was cool. So to see Harley Quinn actually being a patient now because it's a different kind of universe, I think it'd be great. Even though I wouldn't have, I mean, it wouldn't bother me. But if they still made her, I like the idea that you're saying that it's all in his mind, and she's actually really a doctor that'll end up falling in love with him. but I just hope it's not like how he was in the old one, where he thinks that this he had a girlfriend. All this whole, you remember that girl, and it was never happening.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I just hope
yeah.
that the story doesn't go all the way
Mm.
to the end, to where it's like Harley's actually the doctor and she never really falls in love with him. Then that would be like, okay, you're screwed. You screwed it up.
Well, I think we could be safe to say that it's going to be a psychopathic love story, but and saying that, there is a great little tag that Arthur Fleck, who is in a psych ward, is looking at Harley Quinn, all right, Dr. Harley Quinn, and then if you see, you've already seen this on trailer, that she draws a mouth, draws a red mouth, and then Arthur Fleck kind of smiles like the Joker. So there is that doctor patient reality there, right? That
Yeah,
she's actually turned into Harley Quinn, right? That she's fallen in love with this Joker psychopath, right? I mean,
yeah.
that's fantastic. That's well crafted, right? And then you have seen,
Excuse me.
oh God, bless you.
Thank you.
And then it's just like in this. I think have you seen the pictures on Instagram or anywhere else that the Harlequins at the bars with Arthur Fleck kissing him, right?
Hmm.
So that's another tell. But all this musical stuff, I think people are getting freaked out because it's all going to be musical. I don't think it's going to be all musical. I think it's going to be inside his brain, inside his head. Right? He's falling in love with Harlequin and stuff like that. So it's like,
Yeah,
uh,
I just, like I said, that's the only thing that's gonna. I mean, that would really mess it up if it becomes like a kind of a musical deal. I mean, if you want to put one or two, fine, because
yeah,
of Lady Gaga being Harley Quinn. But if you really make it into a, let's just say a Willy Wonka, Charlie Chocolate
mm,
Factory, or a Sweeney
mm,
Todd kind of, musical, I, I think I'm gonna lose interest there. Maybe others are
yeah.
not. Maybe it'll
Same,
pick. It'll.
same with me, JJ. I agree with you there. I don't think it's I don't think it's suited to actually be a full on psychopathic musical because it'll just bring
Mhm.
people out of the whole, you know, experience in this.
Storyline. Yeah.
Guy Boe, how are you, mate? Yeah, Boe, how are you?
Hello, Boe. Um.
Well,
Yeah. So I'm glad we agree on that, because yeah, I
um,
just don't want to see that. I honestly, I don't mind if he stays as Joker and he does some of his little crime, but I want to see this as being more of an origin for Harley, even though we already know her
yeah,
origin, but a
yeah,
different side of the origin. Um, and then just lead it up to both, becoming what they're gonna become.
yeah,
I hope that we don't. I don't hope that we don't see a Batman. I don't want no Batman in
yeah,
this
yeah. I'm with
story.
you there too. I'm with you there. Wholeheartedly, I'm with you there too, mate.
If there's an older Bruce Wayne, where he's more of a teenager becoming an adult, that's fine.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
like
yeah,
little, like billionaire Bruce Wayne has hired, so and so, or things in the background with Bruce Wayne. That's it. But I don't want to see,
yeah,
like, oh, we have the bat. No, no, we don't need to see that yet. Like, if you want to make another Joker movie, a Joker 3, and then Batman comes out in the end, fine. But no,
yeah.
just
Yeah,
getting up here
I'm with.
telling, oh man.
Yeah, yeah. I'm with you there, JJ. I'm well with you there. I mean, yeah. I mean, we've seen in the first Joker that he was a small little boy, Bruce Wayne.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
I don't I don't think in this continuity of um
Even he says not keen on a musical.
um in this continuity, I think, yeah, we won't see Bruce Wayne or as Batman in this film. I think we just
Yeah.
see this continuity, uh, just the Joker and Harley Quinn, really. So
So
I
let me
don't
ask
think,
you this.
So
let me ask you this: since we're actually seeing another Batman villain coming out, which would be Harley, would you like to see maybe one appearance or some kind of cameo from other villains of Batman in this universe, or just strictly Joker and Harley?
no, I mean there were rumblings and rumorings of maybe we're gonna get to see the inkling of the Scarecrow in this
Okay.
film. So I'm not sure about that. I think the rumors weren't true, but I wouldn't mind seeing maybe what Todd Phillips has got in mind to maybe even show the Penguin or something like this in Gotham City in this kind of day and age, because it's that'll be quite good because it's the first one was set in the 1970s, right?
Hmm.
So I don't know when this is going to be set. I think either in the 1970s still to the 80s. So who knows where these other criminals are set? Mind you, if he's at an asylum, Arkham Asylum, we might get an inkling of different characters in it. So uh,
If
there was
anything, I wouldn't. The
there
what?
was a
I'm sorry.
scene.
Go ahead.
Sorry, there was a
Okay.
scene in the trailer where you saw Arkham lit up. So
Yeah.
that could be a sign. Yeah,
Interesting. I
yeah,
wouldn't mind seeing a young Doctor Ugo Strange.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Just a little.
yeah.
You know, just here and there, and then boom, he's gone, and that's it. That I wouldn't mind. You know,
Yeah, because he was at the prison as well, Arkham Asylum. So
I
yeah,
wouldn't mind also. Now, I don't want too many villains, but
mm,
if not, a small appearance of Zaz would be good. Especially since if it is still maybe 70s or so. Remember, there was a lot of
mm,
murders going on in the 70s that were pretty horrifying, and to have Zaz in that era, I mean, I can see that happening, and I think it'd be good. But I just don't want to see like them having too much of a role, like just 30 seconds here, a minute here, 2 minutes
mm.
here, and that's it. And then boom, focus on what has to be.
Yeah. I mean, don't make it seem like because it is it's really Joker and Harley Quinn's story, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
So they don't want to detract too
Don't
much
turn
away
it
from.
into a Batman villain movie, plain and
Yeah,
simple. Even though it
yeah,
is already a
mm,
Batman villain movie, but it's just based on Joker and Harley, like you said.
mm, yeah. Follow a do, So
Follow do, yeah.
yeah, so
What does
yeah,
that even mean? It's French, right? Does that mean falling for you or something like that?
do is two, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Mm,
I don't.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not French, so um, um,
Follow Dukes.
yeah. So
Follow
um,
Dukes. Let's see.
folly is like uh, is oh god, yeah. Well, it's actually quite. I think it's a UK word, isn't it? Folly, sweet. Folly's a sweet. I
Sweet
don't
number
know.
two.
I don't know. I
Sweet
mean,
number two.
yeah. Um,
Uh,
maybe do is love, sweet love, maybe.
maybe. I don't know.
Who
Anybody who's
knows? Who
dissolution
knows?
or mental illness shared by two people in the close association is a classic case of folie du. She entered a folie du with her therapist. Oh,
Hmm.
huh.
Thanks, BOE.
Yeah, thank
Um,
you.
yeah. But nevertheless, I will be watching the film because I love the
Madness of two.
I love the Joker. I love the iteration what Todd Phillips gave us. I think it was a
So it's
new.
madness for two.
Mm, Okay.
That's what the translation is. Madness for two.
Hmm.
But that's I like what BOE said. So thank you, BOE. That's awesome. That's awesome.
So yeah, forget my explanation for that. So yeah, it's yeah.
That's off the
Um,
internet. I didn't know, but still, thanks for researching that. It got us interested to know what it is.
um,
So yeah, and then so yeah, that's gonna be a good one to see. That's what in October
I think
or
so.
November.
I think so. I don't know. It's not relying on too much CGI, which is really good. CGI at all, so really good. So should be
October
here.
4th.
So yeah, well that's pretty
October
good.
4th.
The
Yeah.
first one didn't rely on any CGI whatsoever, which is really good. So um, so yeah. What were you talking about? This crow thing? I mean, I haven't really gone past the crow
They kind
films.
of like they kind of redid a new Crow movie with Bill Skarsgård or whatever his name is.
His son,
No, Bill Skarsgård, or the guy that
Will.
was Pennywise.
Yeah. I know who you mean.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
he's playing the new Crow character. He's actually playing Eric Draven, and
Okay.
his girlfriend gets killed as well, but it's a different character from the girlfriend you know from the Brandon Lee Crow. So of course he's Skarsgård is actually playing Eric Draven, which was the character that Brandon Lee played. um it looks, again, I don't like the way that he's presents himself as the you know Crow or whatever you want to call him. He's got all these tattoos, like if he was like Joker from Suicide Squad in a way. But one of the things I did like was how in this one he does have the sword, just like in the comics. And there's parts where you see him actually where he's fighting people and he turns the gun on him, he shoots himself. Eric Draven, of course, the Crow, and it kills the bad guy in the back, or he'll use the sword and stab himself to stab the guy in the back because he
Okay.
knows he can't die. And I think that's really cool in the trailers. My thing is that I didn't think they have to use an Eric Draven character. Like they didn't have to make him Eric Draven. I think they could have just used another name. But we'll see how it goes. Again, I love the Brandon Lee Crow from the '90s. That's my favorite Crow of all time. I've tried City of Angels. I've tried these other ones, and they don't live to the expectations of Brandon Lee's Crow. And
Yeah, I don't,
we'll see how Skarsgård's Crow is. That's all I gotta say.
yeah, I don't think yeah, I don't think anything could live up to the Brandon Lee movie. Really, The Crow. I mean, that was very iconic. And unfortunately, uh, tragedy happened, and
Hmm.
um, but that was a very still a very iconic movie of the Crows.
Still an
Yeah,
iconic movie.
yeah. So um, yeah, I think for fans, I think it jumped off the page. Really, that the
Yeah, I
Brandon
did.
Lee. I mean, so I mean, really, to actually base a TV series again off The Crow, uh, my thoughts would be it's got to be very very good to actually watch, right? To actually make a mark with any Crow fans, because there'll be quite a
What do you
lot of
mean by
them.
TV? What do you mean by TV series?
Was it a TV series? Did you say it
No,
was a
it's a
TV?
movie. No,
Oh, a
it's a
movie.
movie. It's gonna be a
Sorry.
movie.
Okay, movie. Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, I was like,
Um,
wow, it's a TV series. Like, no, no.
No. Sorry. Thanks.
It's
Thanks
okay.
for correcting. So, um, I think it's got. What I'm trying to say. I think it's got. It's either got to be very good for the fans to watch. If it's not, it's going to bomb like, you know, big time. So,
I think that's why they moved it. I think that's why they moved it to July to August because they know it's not going to be a summer hit. And even T3 says that he doesn't see it himself as a summer movie hit. I don't know what he also said that it won't get in the way of other movies that are coming out. So I don't know what those other movies are. Don't remember, but I again, I'll give it a shot and see how this Crow movie is. Um, yeah, we'll just see about that, and we'll go on from there on that one.
interesting, really, isn't it? So, all these movies are being remade. So, yeah, kind of
Mm-hmm.
makes you think that are they running out of stories, new and original stories? So,
I don't think so because there's still movies that are coming out that are not original. I mean, that are not
mm,
retold or
mm,
they're becoming new. I mean, yeah, a lot of the uh still it's another remake or remodel.
mm,
Yeah, but
mm,
I mean, I think like Godzilla X Kong New Empire is actually something original because it's not a remake. I mean, yeah, we've never actually seen, well, except for the last one, Godzilla versus Kong, that they kind of joined, but this one they're joining even more. So it's kind of like, okay, it's something new. I mean, that movie that I was telling you about, Civil War, that's I think that's more of an indie film, so I think it's gonna be, you know, good at a certain point. What is the other one? There's another movie. The one about the kids, the longest game. That's based on a true story, but it's never been told into a movie, so that's good. So I mean, I don't think they're running out of stuff. I just think that I feel that sometimes, like how BOE says remake or remodel, they're just doing it just to get money out of it, I guess.
yeah, yeah. Or they just want to kind of, yeah. It's either
Yeah.
money or it's just an excuse to actually remake something that's already been really good. So, um,
Well, I mean, there's a lot of movies that shouldn't be remade,
uh,
and they're thinking about it, and I think that's just,
it's just a mistake.
yeah, like how everybody says Tom Back to the Future with Tom Holland, like being, Marty.
Mm,
It's kind of like,
mm,
okay, that's kind of cool, but no, like, Back to the Future has um its own movie, or they're creatively bankrupt. Yeah, you never know. You never know. I mean, there's a lot of movies that shouldn't be remade that hopefully they'll never get remade. I mean, I'll give a few examples as like the one you were talking about, right now. Um,
mm.
they shouldn't remake that one, or Back to the Future. They shouldn't remake Wizard of Oz. I know they've done prequels and sequels, but they should never remake Wizard of Oz. Casablanca, Gone with the Wind. They shouldn't be Doctor
No.
Strangelove. I mean, those are the ones that
Mm.
shouldn't be remade. Again, we talked about this a while back. The French Connection shouldn't even be remade.
Are they thinking of remaking that?
Hmm?
Yeah. Are they thinking of remaking that? Are they?
Well, I don't know, but we'll see.
God, shit.
Um, Shawshank Redemption shouldn't be remade at all, ever in a long time. Um, yeah, you name it.
If they make it will, yeah. I mean, some of these. Oh, should
Yeah, they
I-
no, they should. No, the Lord of the Rings shouldn't be made anymore. Those Well, I mean, they're wanting to bring back redo the Harry Potters again, and I'm like, why? You know,
Mm.
I don't know. It's kind of odd to me, but I guess they're losing money. They're going creatively bankrupt, like Boe says. You know.
Yeah, it's a bit of a one on that list. One on that list that really shouldn't be tampered with or tinkered with is Back to the Future.
Yeah. No. Definitely.
That should not be touched at all, or remade or remodeled at all. Sorry, Tom Holland.
Whatever.
My opinion, it should not be touched at all. So,
Uh.
um,
Not at all.
um, once was enough. Leave it as a good trilogy, and it was a good trilogy. So it is a good trilogy. So,
Great trilogy. I think it's one of the best trilogies.
uh,
You know.
you know, it just it kind of annoys me if they are tinkering with it, with thinking about it. It just annoys me. So, um,
Hopefully not. Hopefully they just keep it. They just keep moving forward. Hey,
uh,
Blue. Hey, Mark. How you doing?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm
So,
up. We're. I
um,
think we're almost about to get off in a bit. I mean, I'm
yes,
tired
yes,
now.
we are.
It's just two
Nice.
thirty, but I can
Okay.
go that
9 minutes.
extra 9 minutes.
9 minutes left.
Yeah,
So,
I can do the 9 minutes.
yeah,
So
yeah, and then
yeah, but you're right. That's Back to the Future. They should not remake it at all. Um,
mm,
you know, we'll see how that goes. What other ones I'm thinking that they should never remake? Well, just the ones I've told you that they shouldn't remake at all anymore. Um, but we'll see other movies that are going to be remade. I mean,
I think
I guess
Ghostbusters changed direction, which is pretty good. I think it changed its direction into because the son took over the father's
yeah,
mantle films, and that's okay because he changed the dynamic of the film, and that's fine. It's quite fine because he integrated. Um, no, not yet, Mark. I
not
will be
yet,
watching.
not yet, Mark. We were talking about it.
Mm,
You know that we want to give that a shot. I've never played the game, but yeah, I still want to see the show. It looks pretty
mm,
awesome. So I'm not gonna watch it tonight. I'm pretty tired.
mm.
Busy week, but
Yeah,
yeah,
well,
it's
it's
in
the
my
one
list, Mark.
JJ.
Our
So,
list.
so yeah. So,
It's
um,
fantastic. He says.
mm,
You know what? Now that he says it's fantastic, it just hit me like this. I hope Fallout is like how they did Twisted Metal right for Peacock.
mm,
You know, based on a game, and they did great, even though it has Anthony Mackie and all that. And I don't mind Anthony Mackie, but it went a different route in a way from the game, but it was still a great show. And then they're making a season two out of it. So I think Fallout is gonna be pretty good. I mean, I think a lot of these companies are starting to catch on to knowing how to make a story with video games. Because before, when they would make them into movies, they were just like, ugh, horrible, you know? It's very game accurate and brilliant writing. Awesome. Sweet. Can't wait to see it tomorrow. I think when I wake
yeah,
up in the morning, I'll watch it.
just to actually finish off the Ghostbusters thing because halfway,
Yeah.
and then we'll get back to Fallout. Is
No, it's
that
okay.
yeah? So that's what I like about you know the Ghostbusters because it was passed by father to son. So and that's really good. But I don't think that's going to happen. Well, hopefully it won't happen with Back to the Future because I just yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
just
not
leave
there.
it. Just leave it.
it's not there. Fallout, yes, Fallout. Yeah, again, yeah, I'm looking forward to that myself. Thank God it's on Prime. Because I
Yeah,
really,
yeah,
um,
that's awesome.
oh, okay, probably for another 5 minutes. Yeah, who cares?
Hmm.
So yeah, um, yeah, it's been a good night. We haven't really gone. We haven't really we've gone through the Joker Folie deux movie. I mean,
Madness for two or whatever.
we haven't really discussed too many things scheduled, which is really good. We're just shooting the shit really tonight, so we didn't come up with anything.
Yeah, we were
Um,
different. Well, it's just nerd
mm,
talk. I mean, that's what we're
mm,
doing. Would like it to be
mm,
weekly, but I'm also glad I watched it all. I watched it all too. Also, you can binge watch it all.
yeah. Um,
Wait, so PG, I guess I guess Amazon Prime doesn't do the binge watching at all. I mean
yeah.
the weekly,
Oh no, no, it doesn't. No, it puts them all on Prime.
right?
So it
It's
puts
all
them.
binge watch. Okay.
Yeah, it's all binge watch. I mean, it's like for example, um, it's not on at the moment. It's
I
like
could have sworn the boys
Star
was
Trek,
weekly.
Star Trek Lower Decks. They put them all on, so they put all the
Uh,
series on and stuff like that. So yeah,
but
so
I honestly thought the boys was weekly. Like they shoot out the first three episodes or the first two episodes that one week, and then next week the next one comes out. I thought that's what they did.
maybe for some shows, I'm not too certain.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he says yes,
So
it does. Reacher and the boys. Yeah, I thought so. I was like, but I guess this one they just binge watch. They just
yeah,
threw
for
all of
some,
them out there.
yeah, yeah, Matt's a little bit right. Yeah, some shows it's just one episode each week, and then other shows it's just like they'll just dump it on, right? So,
Huh,
or
interesting.
if you wait a number of weeks, right, you can
Yeah.
watch you can watch episodes. So depending how they do it,
No, I like the suspense. I like watching and then waiting to the next step. I don't like
yeah,
waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. It defeats the
so,
purpose of not having a show to talk about.
yeah.
So
But yeah, I guess that we can wrap it up.
yeah, because I'm barely making ends meet. I'm gonna
Yeah,
crash out soon, and
yeah. So it's quite
you can see it in my face.
yeah, I know
This
again,
is
yeah,
because this is
small
one of the
hours.
latest shows we've ever done, even though it was still great. Thank you
Yeah,
for all the 5, 6, 7, 8 people that were in the chat.
yeah,
Thank you all for the ones that answered, like Gerard Kane,
yeah,
BOE, and Blue Harvest. Mark, thank y'all for participating in this show that we have every. Well, maybe we're gonna have it every 2 weeks. I am gonna go to bed. Long week. But it was still fun. PG actually woke me up. I'm glad he Instagram. He's like, "Are you okay?" Like, huh? And I'm like, "We're here with saliva going like this, and those booger eyes, kind of deal." It's like, I'll
it's
be
all
up. I'll be up. I'll
right.
be up.
Yeah, so it's all right, JJ. Yeah, so we know
Sorry.
I mean, for you and me, we haven't been all that well sometimes.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
last couple
Look,
of
and I
weeks ago.
forgot. Look, I bought this from a friend. It's a mouse pad thing, but it's the like kind of like those skull whatever for like Dia de los Muertos, but they did it into Joker form. So I forgot about that. We were talking about it too. Huh, that's cool.
Nice.
I, yeah.
Mm.
But anyways, guys, thank y'all for
Oops.
oh
Sorry.
that pretty man right
Sorry.
there.
Sorry. Bloody finger went wrong way. Sorry. I hate that. But anyway, yeah. So what JJ said. So it's I do hope you have actually enjoyed the show. Again, we could probably pencil it under just shooting the shit tonight. So we usually have a topic to discuss, or a few topics to discuss, but That was probably my doing. I didn't come up with anything this week.
But neither did I.
Uh,
But I think the way we did it was awesome. We talked about some shows that are coming up. We talked about some movies coming up. We did talk about that how, especially Joker. That's one that you and I are really waiting for. It's also nice to see you too, Blue. Great seeing you. I gotta go say hi to you and your show one day. I've been just so busy with
Thanks,
work.
Mark.
It's
You too,
crazy.
mate. I wholeheartedly agree
But
with that man over there. Thank you very much. Yeah. So yeah.
so yeah, we talked about a good amount of stuff, but I think it's time to say goodbye, my friends. No, I don't know how to go with the song, but I'm
Well,
tired.
just to my catchphrase that I have to work on. You can't make someone smile or make someone laugh. Well, I can't help you with that now, can I? So anyway, that's goodbye from me and that guy over there, that sweet guy over there, named JJ. So
Thank you guys.
see you